Hi, this video is about the Maps SEO Dominator plugin version 2 for WordPress. And there's a lot of stuff you can do on your site that helps your maps listing rank better. And that's what this plugin focuses on. There's quite a bit more than most people think. And so what you come in here, you click on Maps SEO. I'm actually reusing an old one. So if I click here, I can look at my logs. Let's sort it by. So I usually only fill this out like once, and then from then on, if I'm wanting to do more, I'm clicking the logs to run edits, to run with edits, and that is hopefully a big time saver especially if you have multiple locations. So I'm going to fill out this stuff here. I didn't really fill it out that great, but I filled it out some, and I'm going to click run. And what this is going to do, first of all, it does give me schema code to put on my site. It's going to give me a score. All right, and it's going to give me some suggestions for what to do in specific places on the URL that you gave them. So this specific URL, this is the main one that it's going to be talking about. There are a few features that are pro on here, a few checks. The last three, it'll look a little different for you because I'm changing how it looks by the time you see this probably. But there's still a good bit of suggestions that you can get from that. If you click on Maps SEO training, there's a training that I'm releasing basically right at the same time as this new version. That if you're like, well, what does this really mean? Exactly how do I use it? Then that Maps SEO training is what you would go for, what you would look for. So the site structure, this is going to be a pro feature. Let's switch to what it looks like on Pro. So let's go to view logs. Guess we'll do the latest one. Run with edits. There's going to be some additional features here. So we have POI, which is point of interest. Again, if you really want to know how to use that and what that fully means, then the Maps SEO training is the way to go. POI coordinates. And again, some of this might look a little different for you because there's some changes that my developer is working on right now. And I plan to continue to add to it. So you can do driving directions are valuable. You can also have it embed a different maps URL on a specific page, and it will be giving you some short codes. So mapsurl.com. There's some additional where you can replace words within with URLs, so you can link out kind of automatically to authoritative sites, and with the pro version, you're also going to get this short code for the schema. So once you run it, it'll generate a short code, and then you can take that short code and you can use it anywhere on your site. And again, exactly where you use it and how you use that, Maps SEO training. So let's click run again. Okay, so it's going to give me a score. It's going to have some of these fields here, and then there's some additional ones. Oh, it looks like this one didn't show on the other one. There's actually 4 fields. Check if an address is within the area map, so it's sort of like, does it match? Is the information that you've given them, is it matching on the page, on the specific page? It's going to pull out your semantic code as schema and kind of display it to you if you have it. And it's also going to check for a GMB embed code. It's also going to look at your images and see if you have them geotagged or marked up in any way, because that's another way you can improve your Maps SEO. Let's see. Also, we go to the site structure. This is pretty useful, I think, for seeing not just Maps SEO in general, but SEO in general. Because you can kind of look at the structure of your site. You can look at quickly at a lot of what is going on your site and analyze it pretty quickly. So let's unhide. So I've got these ones that I really don't want to see, that really don't have any effect on SEO. So I'm actually going to hide these. And if we click expand all, it's going to show kind of the children of these pages. And you can move them around. So if I wanted to say, oh, this is the wrong parent, I could select the parent and then go down to the bottom and click save. I can refold these. What we can see here is, so these are POIs, is we can see which ones have POIs and which ones don't. So maybe, okay, Oklahoma City doesn't have any POIs. So that's something that we need to work on. Okay, these ones have a lot. Jacksonville, Florida, Aurora. Okay, so Montclair doesn't have any either. Popeka, Florida doesn't have any. This is going to be useful for putting the pieces together for how you interlink and how you add POI relevance to your Google My Business page. Again, if you want to know more about that, check out the Maps SEO training. You can also click directly through to here, and it'll take you to the page editor for that page. So this is also useful for kind of checking on your pages and poking around. I think it's a very useful view as opposed to just kind of looking at the pages, the pages page over here, the pages page, and which I think is kind of, it's useful in some ways, but I think in a lot of ways this is a much more useful. The ability to kind of fold and unfold and hide and unhide things, I think is pretty useful and can speed up the amount of time it takes to do your Maps SEO. So again, with the lite, you don't get the site structure, and you get a few less shortcut features. There's a little bit less inputs, and there's a little bit less outputs. I think the lite version is still going to be useful, especially if you don't really know what you're doing from a Maps SEO standpoint. The suggestions are going to be very helpful. So check out the lite version or go directly to the pro version. This is what the sales page would roughly look like. Obviously, could look a little different. Check it out. I think it's a very affordable, and it could be very valuable and make a pretty substantial difference in the rankings of your Google My Business pages for yourself and your clients. Thanks. Let me know if you have any questions. You can leave a comment below, and I'll try to respond as soon as I can. And have a great day. Bye now.